বাঁশি দিলে খেলা হবে শুরু নিজের টিম খেললে মাঠে বুকটা দুরু দুরু বল নিয়ে জিয়ের ভিতরে পায়ের কারুকাজ ডিফেন্ডার দিয়ে দিল পায়ের ভেতরে ভাঁজ রেফারি বাঁশি দিল পেনাল্টিতে গোল এই নিয়ে প্যানেলে চলছে হট্টগোল 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 হট্টগোল
Hello, welcome everyone. This is Hot to Goal, and it's a special World Cup episode. Again, a series stand now. We're calling it as World Cup World, and our title is Things Are Getting Messy for Argentina and also Lionel Messi after Saudi Arabia shake them up. So obviously, our match tate Argentina they lost. Shockingly, they lost against Saudi Arabia, and probably one of the biggest shocks of this World Cup. Obviously, এটা নিয়ে কথা বলার জন্য I'm here, and আমার সাথে কিন্তু Said as well. He's joined us. He's an Argentina fan. কিন্তু ওর আজকের get up দেখে মনে হচ্ছে he's like in party mode with his shirt and all. But Said, let's talk about this match. What exactly happened? First half, let's start with the first half because Argentina scored the goal and then they had the three disallowed goals due to offside. মাঝখানে আমি একটা পোস্ট দেখলাম যে VAR apparently messed up in one of the occasions. So what do you make of it?
Well, first half, in my opinion, almost everything was fine over there. First half, and for VAR যেটা করছে, it's like very fine margins, and এটার কারণে আমাদের like almost 2-3টার মতো গোল disallowed হয়ে গেছে. And I'm not going to go too much deep into VAR and stuff because it's very complicated. So, but in the first half, yes, after the penalty, we were trying to, break this high line defense of Saudi Arabia. But প্রত্যেকবার যখন বল পিং করা হতো অথবা ওয়াইডে বল দেওয়া হতো, they would just get caught on offside for some reason. And first half, Messi kind of ran the show. এরপর yes, ডি মারিয়ার একটু এদিক সেদিক তার খেলা অ্যাকচুয়ালি একটু অ্যাভারেজ ছিল আজকে কম্পেয়ার টু দ্য রেস্ট অফ দ্য গেম, and De Paul also was very underwhelming, and then Lautaro also was great but not good enough. I'm sorry, I mean like on the score sheet আসতে পারে না তেমন একটা। আর yeah, I mean the first half was okay, but second half like I think we switched off or something happened. Sloppiness.
I'm actually gonna wait here just a minute because আমি লাইন আপটা দেখতে চাই, and আমি আজকে I'll be very honest, আমি যখন খেলা হচ্ছিল I was on my way to work তখন in the first half. I only knew that Argentina scored, and আমি রাস্তায় যাওয়ার সময় আমার আর্জেন্টাইন ফ্যানদের রাস্তাঘাটে গিজগিজ করতে দেখে I was feeling like wow, this is like a mini Argentina here. সবাই যেখানেই পারতেছে না কেন, যেখানেই টিভি আছে না কেন or big screen, people are watching the game, and I'm like Argentina fans are really like they're out there, they're so confident.
Yeah, actually we were because আমরা সাউদি আরবিয়ানে তেমন একটা like কি বলবো একটা তেমন একটা ভালো ইনফরমেশন পাই না. It was like after the game we understood like Saudi Arabia অনেক ভালো খেলে because the manager was this and that. We have the manager informations like he got some AFCON প্রতিবার দুইবার জিতছে, one with Zambia and one with I don't know another nation, and after that then and recently he took over Saudi Arabia, and then here we are, and the team completely shocked us.
Exactly. So before we even talk about that, আমি Argentina lineup and formation নিয়ে আসলে জানতে চাই. This is what Google is showing us. যে Argentina played a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous given the team that they had. They played Papu Gomez and Di Maria on the flanks, Paredes and Rodrigo De Paul, and then an attack of Lautaro and Lionel Messi. Back four of Otamendi, Romero, Molina, and Tagliafico, and obviously, that traitor Emi Martinez. But I mean, if you look at this lineup, আমার কাছে তো I felt like that this team needed more in midfield. মানে midfield-এ De Paul's সাথে they could have had maybe Guido Rodriguez, maybe
Or
Alexis
McAllister.
McAllister, to go with Leandro Paredes and then Di Maria, Messi and Lautaro just could have been up front, and then Papu Gomez. I really didn't think that he ওকে আর কি এই ম্যাচটাতে অন্তত এইভাবে করে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট করার দরকার ছিল. I felt like this was more of an experiment from the coach, Lionel Scaloni.
I don't think it was like an experiment because when he post-match interview with Bolsolo Messi, especially, he told that they knew they were expecting this kind of game from Saudi Arabia, so they already planned, right? আমরা তো জানি না সাপোর্টার্স হিসেবে লাইক আমরা তেমন কোনো আইডিয়া ছিল না সাউদি আরবিয়ার ব্যাপারে, বাট ম্যানেজার নিউ, হি হিমসেলফ কেম আউট and said in the interview that আমরা জানতাম.
So why didn't it work?
They like in the first half they tried to work it out, but Saudi Arabia was too organized, like with 5 in the back and sometimes 6 in the back. Like they were with the high line near really 6 in the back. I mean, that's like they were too organized, and I think কি বলবো like আমরা sloppiness actually একটা big reason. Another is match fitness. Romero কিন্তু sub out হয়ে গেছিল, reason because he wasn't match fit, and then Lisandro came and then it was more composed in the back. এরপর De Paul was underwhelming. So this was like circumstances, like situational problem আর কি, like এই ম্যাচে এরকম হওয়ার কথা ছিল and এটা এরকম হয়ে গেছে, and Saudi Arabia like gave that physical battle and they won like most many duels and aerial duels, even though this especially this I mean props to the manager really, because it's really him who made this team what it is right
exactly
now.
You're talking about Hervé Renard and মানে Zambia's সাথে 2012 Africa Cup of Nations, then 2015 Africa Cup of Nations with Ivory Coast, and then আজকের more technically গতকাল যেটা হলো. So very true, this guy. What are his tactics though? And Saudi Arabia, what tactics did they follow that they made this happen?
I think they actually read Argentina really well before they came into this match. Reason number one, why? Because Argentina plays really like from the middle, right? They don't really use the width. I don't see them using the width that much, because Messi is the creator and he usually breaks the line with vertical passes, diagonal passes, and whatnot. So what Saudi Arabia did is what they had a compact midfield to look and with a mid block. They weren't parking the bus. They were like forcing us to not play from the back, and we couldn't play from the back. That's the problem. We couldn't take our game to the midfield, and that's the problem here. If we
were played a 4-1-4-1 formation just to start off with.
Yes, and sometimes they would one of the players would tuck in behind and create a back five as well. So that's another problem. And midfield আবার পাঁচটা midfielder হতো এরকম আর কি, like they would in transitions, right? And they were very compact. Very compact, and Messi couldn't get on the ball. And as soon as he got on the ball, everyone rushed towards him, like space dito na okay. Like that really happened, right? One of the players who was man marking him, I don't remember his name, but he was totally like just like behind Messi, but beside him every single time. And then Di Maria had a very underwhelming game, because this is not how he usually performs. He performs really well, and according to his standard arki onek underwhelming chilo, because Saudi Arabia was forcing them going I mean jehetu midfield compact chilo, the only option they had, Argentina had, was to go wide, right? But with থেকে কোনো সাপোর্ট আসতেছিল না ভালো.
You know what I feel? I personally feel like this was a game tailor made for the Man City striker
Alvarez. You're talking about Alvarez, right?
Julian Alvarez. I personally feel like আজকের ম্যাচে and again I'm not saying that I watched the match and I analyzed it, this is for you, but আমার কেন জানো মানে from what I read up on Twitter as well, I felt like that Alvarez could have been much more useful than maybe, let's say, Papu Gomez.
I think maybe, I don't know, but what we really missed were wingers, like Nico Gonzalez, who injured কারণ স্কোয়াডে ঢুকতে পারে নাই. We really missed him, because
we can see what you have in the bench. So bench, if we go by, my goodness, it's a big ass bench. So I don't know if you guys can see it. I mean, I to zoom in kori. So you had Foyt, Montiel, Pesala, Acuna, Alvarez ke namaise. Then you had Rulli, Palacios, Correa, Almeida, Rodriguez, McAllister, Dybala, Enzo Fernandez, Lisandro Martinez.
See, none of them are like really wide players. If you see, I mean, they're usually একবারে centrally খেলে অথবা একটু wide খেলে, but they usually play centrally. So what we really needed was a winger, right? Like a left winger, because on the left থেকে কোনো attack আসতেছিল না. Right, that was very bad from that. Top গুলো attack আসতেছিল right side থেকে, crosses from Di Maria, maybe underwhelming crosses and stuff like that.
এটার কারণটা কি? Is it the lack of the মানে যে Lo Celso injury নাকি তারপরে আরো একজন তো ইনজুরড হয়ে গেল?
Yes, I almost forgot to mention it. Lo Celso খুবই important because এখানে Papu Gomez mainly নামার কারণ হতেছে সে Lo Celso's profile, right? They wanted him to play like Lo Celso, but of course he cannot play like him, right? So if he wasn't injured, Lo Celso, he would definitely have played here and made a huge difference, because from that left hand side we would have gotten his service, and that would have been a huge boost in our attack. And we were missing that. That's first. And also we were missing a winger, because we didn't need to Gonzalez থাকতো আমাদের বেঞ্চে আজকে নামতো, right? And 100% নামতো. So that is the game plan, because Saudi Arabia was compact. Our only option was to go wide, and when we went wide, our man couldn't beat the players 1v1. বারবার বল হারাইতেছিল, and overlapping, underlapping হইতেছিল না ঠিকমতো. Tagliafico was underwhelming. He got subbed off because he was underwhelming. And then Acuna came in. After Acuna came in, we saw a bit of overlapping as well. And তখন গেমটা একটু ইমপ্রুভ হয়েছে from crosses and other things. এরপর left hand side নিয়ে কথা বলতে কোনো নাম নেই, because that was like dead. And also about Romero, he wasn't match fit, and আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে Scaloni should have.
He's not been fit for a long time now.
Yeah, that was a big mistake from Scaloni, and he takes an L there really, because he shouldn't have fielded him. And যখন লিসান্দ্রো নামছে, তার নামার পর ব্যাকলাইনটা কিন্তু আরো তাদের একটা কম্পোজার ফিরে পাইছে. Lisandro was hitting on the ball. He was trying to feed the ball, long balls to the players up front, and then he was getting in proper areas to defend players, etc. Because Lisandro নামার পর কিন্তু আর গোল কনসিড করে না.
Yeah.
সব গোল কনসিড করে যখন রোমেরো ছিল. I'm not saying Romero is bad or anything, but it's unfortunate that he was not match fit.
Not fully fit. So your coach basically chose a poor lineup as well. মানে Scaloni যত যাই বলি না কেন.
And the reason, because Shaitan already experiment করে ফেলছে, from this 36 unbeaten run. So she ভাবছে, right, fine, I think this is the best lineup and we should go with this. And then as soon as he found out,
Saudi Arabia ভাবছে যে একটা unfit রোমেরোকে খেলায় দেয় হয়ে যাবে. We'll get through it.
I think maybe. I don't want to underestimate our coach or think bad, because our manager, like, really, I mean, I'm grateful to him. It's been like 36 unbeaten run. It's not a small thing, right? So maybe mistakes can happen here and there, right?
Yeah, but then 36 unbeaten run doesn't really mean much if you lose the first game in the World Cup.
That's true as well. But I think he just তার নিজের instinct গেল আর কি, I think Romero is the fit now, perfect fit, and like just go with it. But যখন দেখছে যে গেমের মধ্যে আর হচ্ছে না, and it's like all about the circumstance, like in the moment কি হচ্ছে, and as soon as he saw that, he's up to that. And
let's talk about the goalkeepers for a bit. It's been a great day for the keepers. Let's start off with the Saudi Arabian goalkeeper. Owais is his name, I believe. So
yes,
he did very well. আমি এখানে শেজনির চেহারাটা বড় করে দেখতেছি, I'm like, really? I mean, you included Szczesny in here as well.
I did this because this group C really had good goalkeeper. That's why I want to highlight this.
And Szczesny.
But yes, about Saudi Arabia's goal away, he's been fantastic, really. I mean, without him, like Saudi Arabia wouldn't have gotten that kind of this.
Why was he given a yellow card? আমি actually back when I got to the office, তখন আমি একটা I was streaming actually. আজকে টিভিতে I think আমাদের অফিসের যে টিভির যারা আর কি কেবল ম্যানেজ করে, I personally think তারা হয়তো বা ব্রাজিল ফ্যান বিকজ ম্যাচের সময় ডিশ অফ ছিলেন, ম্যাচ শেষ হয়ে গেছেন, ডিশ ব্যাক করছে। And then, like I saw people in my office, everyone was scrambling to see the match, so সবাই আর কি অনলাইনে আর কি ম্যাচটা দেখা স্টার্ট করলেন। I was also watching online, and since everybody was watching, so কারো কারো মানে in mine included, it was like very blurry the stream, so আমি just দেখলাম একটা মোমেন্টে he got a yellow card and no penalty, no nothing, মানে what happened ওই সময়?
I think it was in midst of a foul or maybe something like that. Someone got knocked and he was arguing with the referee. And the referee maybe got angry and just showed him a yellow card, discipline him. Maybe that's the thing. I just saw that bit, but I wasn't really in the right mind because we were like trailing one goal. And it was a mess.
Acha, moving forward for Argentina, where did they go from here? Karon next match একটা হচ্ছে against Poland আর একটা Mexico,
No,
right?
Mexico, yeah, first Mexico, then Poland. So I think today's result of between Mexico and Poland is a huge boost for us, in a way, because they're a draw course, and a boost too because if we win our 2 remaining matches, definitely I'm guaranteed I'm going to qualify for them. So it's about how they approach the game and how much they have learned from this mistakes, sloppiness, and everything else, right? Even Messi, Eshe also, like in post-match interview and like that, we must be united. And now is the moment to show everyone that how we react and how united we are as a group. And Lautaro also has said the same. Scaloni also almost has said the same. But Scaloni was a bit sad in his interview, but Messi was showing his leadership, in his post-match interview as usual. Yeah, he was going on, really with it that we must be united, this and that, and he said he won't let the fans be disappointed. So I do believe in this group, and hopefully they will get a win against Mexico and Poland as well. So yeah, let's see.
বাপরে বাপ, অনেক অনেক বিশ্বাস, but
I have to.
I
There's
don't
nothing
know,
else to
man.
do here. As a supporter, you have to support them, right? এখন যদি আমি বলি, oh no, এটা হয়েছে, then নিজেরও মন খারাপ হয়ে থাকবে, and then like we need to see hope দেখতে হয় আর কি. We need to hope for the best.
আচ্ছা, so
But of course, I'm underestimate করতেছি না. I'm not underestimating anyone. After this match, never ever. And prediction কখনো আমি বলবো না যে like Messi hat-trick or Messi this and that. Never ever.
Oh, you said that
Never.
yesterday, right?
Yes, I've learned my lesson really well, and no more of these kind of stupid predictions. So I'll be very humble right now.
No, right. So if you want to be humble, তাইলে তো it's tough against Ochoa, one of
Yes,
the guys.
tough.
আমরা Ochoa ছবি দেখলাম, and he saved a penalty today as well. তোমার ক্লাবের striker Lewandowski. He goes missing in big matches. I swear, man, he's a big match. মানে মানুষ মেসিকে নিয়ে মজা নেয়, but this guy, when the team really needs him, he flops every single time. He's like a Higuain, only more muscular.
Yeah, I don't know. It's actually people really rate him, high because of his, the amount of goals he scored in Bundesliga, as well as his UCL record. He has like third most goal in the Champions League, right? So and also he's like a Ballon d'Or, almost a Ballon d'Or winner. I would say he's a Ballon d'Or winner. And also he's won like a Champions League and all. Recently তার ফর্মটা আরো ধরা পড়ছে এই কারণে আর কি. Yes, it's unfortunate that big match একটু মিসিং যায় আর কি. And I thought that he would like আমি ভাবছিলাম যে সে গোলটা স্কোর করবে, right? Because Lewandowski is always cool.
When
and
I
calm.
saw that run up, আমি লেভানডস্কির যখন রান আপটা দেখছি যে এজ অফ দ্য ডি বক্স থেকে সে দৌড়ায় আসতেছে, I'm like, he's missing this penalty. It's either getting saved or it's going to be a terrible penalty. And ঠিকই, man, it was so slow. It was like a pass to the right of the keeper. It was so predictable or movement that he was going to hit straight. So bad.
Because he was the reason is because he's surprised Islam. He's a penalty specialist, really. He really rarely missed any penalties for Bayern Munich, I think. And it's a surprise. And I think the pressure got to him. And it's like he's leading Poland to maybe his first World Cup, right? Maybe mistaken. His first World Cup, perhaps. And his pressure got to him. And also, like Pierre Paul, he's like Lev Yashin of World Cup, really. প্রত্যেকটা সময় he comes out of nowhere and he performs like this prime New Year time and world class world class performance দিয়ে যায়, and yeah, he was bound to have this kind of performance as well. It's unfortunate for Lewandowski.
Yeah, I just think he's a big match flop. That's it. মানে ওই যে he's a big match bottler আর কি, যেটার জন্য মেসিকে বলে যে big match he goes missing. That's actually Lewandowski, and I've seen him doing this মানে ever since Bayern Munich ওই যে UCL finalটাতে গেল, and then although Bayern won that UCL final against PSG, but I just kept feeling like this guy, he like in big matches he just doesn't turn up often enough. Acha, we're gonna talk about what that result means, Mexico and Poland, ওদের draw করাতে. Is that a good result for Argentina? I think it's a good result for Argentina.
Yeah, it's definitely a good result for Argentina.
Term.
Right, because next two matches are like we have to win. There is no other option, right? So if you win, we might top the group and just qualify for the round of 16. Because there is no way to contemplate this like আরে কিনা পরের ম্যাচে হয়তো আমাদেরকে ড্র করতে হবে। It's like win or win. There is no drawing or like thinking about, oh, if we lose, what will happen, how much points will we get. Nothing about that. We have to win. We have to show this sort of impression. The impression দেখাতে হবে that we are here to win, because they're tournament favorites, right? And I've really got them like going as far as to semi-finals. So they have to give that impression really. And the group stage যদি তেমন ভালো পারফরমেন্স না করতে পারে, then what's the point? It's better to stay out of World Cup than because ঘুরে ফেরা round of 16 গিয়ে আবার back করে যাবে. So they have to
look at you. You're getting into your own misery. Argentina fan.
It's the realistic way. It is the realistic way to like really analyze them, because there is no other way. I mean, round of 16 গিয়ে আরো ধরা খাবে. They might face France. I don't know. Like they could face anyone. And if they lose to Saudi Arabia, then there are better nations that they have to face. So logically, they have to put a good impression, right? And দুই এক গোলে জিতলে হবে না. For me, they have to win by a huge margin, and
that's a lot of pressure.
It has to be that kind of pressure because they're hot favorites, right? And যদি hot favorites হিসেবে তারা World Cup ঢুকে, then they have to put on that impression, and they have to put this defeat behind.
Argentina are getting results against Mexico at least, maybe Poland, but Mexico I'm not so sure. They're a tough bunch. And Ochoa, he's just getting started.
Yeah, Ochoa is just getting started. I know. But
yeah, and it's just one of those groups where you feel very weird. Like Argentina might miss out on the second round. এই ম্যাচটা হারার পরে, and here's what I really want to see. আজকে আমি যেটা বললাম যে আর্জেন্টাইন ফ্যানদের বাংলাদেশে আর কি, ওদের মধ্যে অনেক there was so much bravado ফার্স্ট হাফে, না আমরা তো জিততেছি রাইট, অ্যান্ড দেন যখন ম্যাচটা হারা গেল তখন লিটারালি ওরা স্কার্মিং অ্যারাউন্ড, ঠিক আছে, কেমনে জার্সিটা কেমনে খুলে কেমনে লুকানো যায়, লাইক দে আর অল ট্রাইং দেয়ার বেস্ট টু হাইড। সো আই ওয়ান্ট টু সি কারণ অনেক তো প্লাস্টিক আর কি, এটা 4 বছর পর ফুটবল দেখতে আসে আর্জেন্টিনা ফ্যানরা, রাইট? এটা মানতে হবে, এটা হচ্ছে জাতীয় সাপোর্ট। সো এরকমই মেজরিটি ফুটবল ফ্যান বাংলাদেশের মধ্যে এরকমই। সো দে আর নট গোনা বি লাইক সবাই ক্লাব ফুটবল দেখে না, এটা এক্সপেক্টেড। সো বা রেগুলার ফুটবল ফলো করে না, I wouldn't say club football, but regular football ফলো করে না। So আর্জেন্টিনার নেক্সট ম্যাচে আই ওয়ান্ট টু সি সাপোর্টটা অ্যাকচুয়ালি কেমন থাকে, যারা আজকের দিনটাতে, কারণ সৌদি আরবকে হয়তো বা তারা ছোট দল হিসাবে they thought that they're going to go through very easily, তারা এইভাবে করে যদি চিন্তা করতো যে না this is going to be a tougher match, তাইলে হয়তো বা অনেকেই এত ব্রাভারোর সাথে আসতো না রাস্তায়। সো আই ওয়ান্ট টু সি নেক্সট ম্যাচে আসল সাপোর্টাররা কারা, বিকজ ইন ইউর টাফার টাইমস তখন আসলে সাপোর্টটা বোঝা যায় যে who are the real fans, and you can separate the fake ones from the real ones. So I want to see that. অনেক তো আর্জেন্টিনা নিয়ে বললাম, বাট আই থিঙ্ক উই হ্যাভ টু টক অ্যাবাউট দ্য আদার ম্যাচেস এস ওয়েল। আমি নেক্সট যে ম্যাচটা নিয়ে বলতে চাই, আই ওয়ান্ট টু টক অ্যাবাউট দ্য ফ্রান্স ভার্সেস অস্ট্রেলিয়া গেম। একটু আগে যেটা শেষ হয়ে গেল, অ্যান্ড হোয়াট ডিড আই টেল ইউ, আমি ফ্রান্সকে নিয়ে বলছিলাম যে কারিম বেনজেমার ইনজুরিটা ইট কুড বি আ ব্লেসিং ইন ডিসগাইজ ফর দেম, কারণ তাদের অ্যাটাকে জিরু হি ডাজ আ রিয়েলি গুড জব। লাস্ট ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপেও উইথ এমবাপ্পে দে লিঙ্কড আপ ভেরি ওয়েল। ডেম্বেলে ইজ ফিট দিস ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ, সো রাইট সাইডে লেফট সাইডে they've got options everywhere. Griezmann playing as the number 10, and then midfield, yes, there's no Kante, but Chouameni has done an admirable job, and Rabiot, he also provided something.
Surprisingly,
I think their defense is a little weak though, especially Hugo Lloris, and for some reason the coach doesn't prefer playing Saliba. Whereas Saliba's so good, so he prefers playing some other defenders. So I personally feel like he's missing out. But our boy gets more rest. It's good for us.
Good for Arsenal.
What do you make of this France team?
I think এই ম্যাচটা actually very self-explanatory ছিল because France were already going to beat Australia. Of course, the first goal was very unfortunate for France because Lucas Hernandez injured হয়ে পড়ছিল because of a torn
and it's probably a bad one, an ACL probably.
Yeah, he's not coming back any sooner. So then they subbed down his brother and Theo
He
Hernandez.
did a very good job. He did a very good job,
Yeah, they're kind of the same type of player to me. Like, I mean, যখন দেখছিলাম আরে এই প্লেয়ারটা আমার নাম দিছে কে? Why is I thought he was injured. And then, oh no, এটা তো তার ভাই. They look the same as well.
I think Theo is better than Lucas Hernandez.
Yeah, maybe in the left back because Lucas Hernandez usually plays in the center back for Bayern Munich as far as I see him playing. So as a left back, I think Theo Hernandez is better. But overall, I think yes, France ভালোই করবে এই টুর্নামেন্টে, কিন্তু I think they're a bit shaky in the back, like you said, and I would like to see Saliba play because he's a better choice. Like, I mean, তার performance, club level performance দেখে বোঝা যায় that like he's that imposing defender, and they need him. But Deschamps, he has his own,
he's a shit
formation,
coach.
and I don't know. I don't want to say shit coach because
he's won the World Cup, and then
he's won the World Cup, right?
How can you call someone? But look at his tactics, man. It's like any good manager would get way better out of this French team. They don't play nearly as.
No, it's unfortunate because he's with injuries and all,
he's
right?
Gareth Southgate, man. The only reason he doesn't get put under the scanners because he's not Gareth Southgate. English media.
I think he's like a medium or a moderate kind of manager, right? Like he comes out good because the team carries him. So because এতগুলো superstar, I mean, why wouldn't you win matches, right?
Exactly.
So, and I think France, I think এবার বেশি দূর যেতে পারবে না because Australia was shit, right? Sorry, from a bad language, but they weren't that good. They were giving away cheap balls, and এভাবেই তো তারা গোলগুলো পাইছে. The second goal as well, Rabiot got the ball from the opposition, and Mbappe backheeled him, and then Giroud scored a tap in. So Australia was bad, right? First goal was, like I said, it was unfortunate for France, but later on the game, France completely dominated, right? And look at that bench. Just look at the bench.
আমি ওটাই দেখলাম যে এক্সেল, ডিসাসি, ভারান, কুন্ডে, গুন্ডোজি.
Even with those injuries, like this is crazy. So eto depth and the starting 11 is really good, but like you said, Deschamps is not really a good manager. I think he's losing it, right? But I think এই কারণে তারা এত দূরে যেতে পারবে না.
I think they need to replace the goalkeeper. Play Mandanda.
I think
Mandanda is far better.
Lloris did well today. He saved some.
Yeah, no, not really. No, not
he
really.
He did.
Amar Lloris. I know he could see it, but there were moments.
He's a Tottenham player, that's why I think you're shit.
No. There was a moment where ওদের একটা player, Australia একটা player, he headed the ball and বারে লাগছিল.
He's actually way past his prime.
He was standing there. He just watched it like, go and grab it. Move. What are you doing? He's way past it, like you said. And also, he's not good with his feet. Mandanda's far better.
He's not. Yeah.
You've got options, so just play
I think
them.
France
খেলে নাই, which is weird.
Because I think he's not good enough to start.
Really?
Yeah. Even Real Madrid fans don't get back in. Really,
he's better than Rabiot. He's better than
Rabiot. But Rabiot performed. So, I mean, there is nothing you can talk about Rabiot right now, really. যদি perform না করতো, okay, fine, you could have said it. But I think France এর downfall হবে if Deschamps is not flexible, right? If he's very arrogant, like না আমি এটাই শুরু করবো and আমি
দেখা
লরিসকে
যাক
রাখবো.
আমার মনে হয় all these injuries are just gonna make them more well gelled as a unit কারণ egos I mean বেনজেমার যত যাই হোক না কেন Ballon d'Or winner very selfless player on the pitch but আমরা ওর নামে এমনও শুনছি যে he did say Vinicius Junior কে নিয়ে একবার টিমমেটদের বলতেছিল যে don't pass it to him he's playing against us right and then Giroud কে নিয়ে যেসব ওই যে race car and go kart এর combination হ্যাঁ মানে comparison যেটা করলো so এই ধরনের জিনিস আসলে when you say it about your teammates তখন কোনো না কোনো টিমের মধ্যে ফ্রিকশন থাকে না এরকম প্লেন and plus he had the whole sex scandal and everything ওটা নিয়ে আসলে আমার মনে হয় না যে মানে অনেকের তো হ্যাঁ ওই মানে ওটা থাকে না অনেকের ডেস্টিনি লেখা থাকে অনেকের ভাগ্যে থাকে তো ওর ভাগ্যে নাই আর কি মানে রাখে নাই উপরওয়ালার জন্য রাখে নাই বিকজ অফ সার্টেন থিংস দ্যাট হি ডান প্রবাবলি সো ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপটার ভাগ্যে নাই and someone like Giroud he's won the World Cup for France আমি জিরু নিয়ে একটু বলতে চাই তার আগে জনি আহমেদ থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ইউর কমেন্ট হি ইজ লাইকিং আওয়ার অ্যানালিসিস we don't do that much here in this show so
thank you
Giroud দুইটা গোল contribution has made him on equal terms with Thierry Henry. Obviously France's all time record না ওটা করতে গেলে it's probably Thierry I'm not even gonna try sorry so Giroud Olivier Giroud he did very well today I think man he misses a lot but he makes himself a menace gets in the right places and মানে আমার ভালো লাগে আর কি when I see Giroud
I do like him as well আমার কাছে এটা খারাপ লাগে যে ওকে অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করা হয় না প্রত্যেকটা সময় ওকে স্ল্যান্ডার করা
he is a limited player player off the ball his work is amazing but he's
but took their cast right like scoring goals and doing things in crucial moments he does it simple as that for AC Milan he did it for Chelsea he did it for Arsenal
he won everything with Chelsea almost
so এখানে ওকে অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট না করার মতো কি আছে and today he scored 2 goals I Twitter কিছু দেখছিলাম that he scored against Australia so come on man if you don't score then you're not going to increase your goal
it's a World Cup and first Australia scored put the French under pressure and then they responded with 4 goals what else do you want you wanted to see a reply
and Giroud was like really really good and I really appreciate him right I mean whatever he's slow he's kind of not very limited like you said he's very limited but even because সবকিছু মানে সত্ত্বেও I think he's really really good whenever he plays
so this is how the group has lined up France Tunisia Denmark and Australia I think we can say France and Denmark are still favorites to go through from this group
we didn't talk about Denmark and Tunisia
I mean it was a 0-0 draw Denmark didn't inspire
and like who would go through this I think I mean Tunisia কিন্তু like you can't just kick them out because after knowing how teams are performing in this World Cup I think Tunisia also has a chance to qualify
but so I personally was disappointed ডেনমার্কে নিয়ে অনেক হাইপ ছিল যে ডার্ক হোর্সেরও একটা হাইপ আর কি যে ওরা ডার্ক হোর্সেস ওয়াচ আউট ফর দেম and then we watched them and it was boring
that's the problem with hindsight you can't just tell like from the beginning that acha ei team ta eta korbe
that's true
really tough
that's true and group C এর আজকে যে খেলাগুলো হলো ওটার পরে I think Saudi Arabia kalke oder national holiday and
it's very ironic right people were saying that acha kina stat pad hobe and Saudi Arabia is top of the group
no the funniest part kalke Saudi Arabia holiday so tar mane porshu din amader ekhane holiday hobe
oh that's nice
no cuz ওদের একদিন পরে আমরা তো সেলিব্রেট করি ওদের চাঁদ দেখার একদিন পরে আর কিছু so anyways Poland, Mexico, Argentina. I still feel like 18টার মধ্যে দুইটা টিম যাবে Saudi Arabia might end up missing out which will be sad but
Saudi Arabia might miss out why who would you think would qualify from this group
মানে
The tough group, right?
Okay, now
It's because
you
of
know what?
Argentina. It's because of Argentina
আজকের
this group
ম্যাচের
became tough.
আজকের ম্যাচের পরে I wanna say Saudi Arabia and Mexico.
No way. Wait. Listen, you can't change your prediction. You told me that Argentina was going all the way. You have to stick by that.
I know, but that's my
You have to stick
prediction
by that.
before. All right,
No,
fine,
no,
I'll
no,
stick
no
by that,
changing
but
prediction. No changing prediction.
Alright,
I also won't
okay.
change my prediction because I will see them go through as far as semi-finals. So I am going with Argentina and and I think
Saudi Arabia
okay,
or Mexico.
Argentina, Mexico. I think জানি না যদি আর্জেন্টিনার সাথে if Mexico loses against Argentina, then I think there's a high chance they won't qualify. Right. So yeah, I can't tell really, but I will go with Argentina and Saudi.
Yeah, so it's tough. A group C has become the group of death almost because অন্যান্য গ্রুপে I don't know, but কালকে obviously group E খেলা থাকবে. We'll get to see Germany, Costa Rica, Japan, and Spain, and this is going to be a tight group because Spain and Germany both former world champions, and then Japan, they're no easy team. There are no marks, so this is going to be interesting. And then কালকে আমরা Belgium and Canada খেলাও I think দেখবো. So Croatia and Morocco খেলা দেখবো. So this should be an interesting one as well because Canada this time they've got a talented team. So Croatia, Belgium, although everyone's expecting them to go through, you never know. And then Samuel Eto'o to Morocco ke finally niye geche.
Do you think Croatia won't qualify from this group?
That's a good one. I'd like to say yes. But
let's think about like this because
they're like that cockroach, they never die.
And look at Belgium.
Yeah.
That's right. Look at Belgium. Belgium lost their key players, like their forms as well. Hazard, Lukaku, right? I mean, they carried Belgium in 2018.
And off the field issues নিয়েও তাদের কিন্তু একটু সমস্যা হচ্ছে, with the armband and the colors of their jerseys and everything, rainbow and everything. এইসব নিয়ে Qatar is really doing a number on them. Mentally they like আজকে তো I think Vertonghen একটা প্রেস কনফারেন্সেই বললো যে ওদের অনেক কিছু they feel very afraid of saying what they can and cannot say. So maybe they might be out in the group stage. Who knows what happens. But Croatia, like, you just can't count them out. ওদের মধ্যে they have that dog in them, like Modric has got that dog in him.
Modric, especially Modric.
Yeah. So ওটা বল, and also মডরিচের সাথে যে তোমাদের মিডফিল্ডার যেটা ছিল নামটা মনে পড়তেছে না, Rakitic. He too, এরা আর কি যতই বুড়া হোক না কেন they still turn up and they run and you never know.
I think they will find a way out
what's gonna happen. Yeah, exactly. So
and we can't even count out Morocco because Morocco is also a pretty good team. আমি কাউকে কাউন্টার করব না. Hakimi.
Ashraf Hakimi.
আচ্ছা. And also Hakim Ziyech, but he's not in the squad because he manager সাথে একটু because of manager issues and stuff.
There you go. আমি honestly কালকের প্রিভিউ নিয়ে বেশি বলবো না because I'm gonna see the games. কালকে তো আমরা কথা বলবো, but there's some stuff that we should definitely talk about. একটা হচ্ছে ম্যানচেস্টার ইউনাইটেডের potential sale and also the termination of Ronaldo's contract, Cristiano Ronaldo's. Let's start off with Cristiano Ronaldo. What's his next step gonna be, and how is this gonna affect everything? And when a World Cup he's playing, right? What do you feel? And don't talk from a Messi fan's perspective. Then I don't want to be too biased here.
No, I'm never going to be biased. Right? Maybe yes, off the camera I might be biased, but right now I think Ronaldo is very focused. In this World Cup, so I think it's not going to
জোর করে পজিটিভ হওয়ার চেষ্টা করতেছে.
No, this is honest. Like I am being honest because এটা তাকে ফেস করবে না. Like কারণ হচ্ছে সে এমন একটা ইন্টারভিউ দিছে, right? He should have been like a bit of hesitant that আচ্ছা আমি কি ইন্টারভিউটা দিব না. So like that kind of mentality really he has, and he'll try to keep up right? And even in interviews, he said that I'm bulletproof and nothing's going to phase me and stuff like that. So I think AJ
ও যে
termination ta,
সিয়ার ওই গানটা
yes,
টাইটেনিয়াম
ti- yeah, that,
ওর থিম সং হওয়া উচিত
so I think it won't like really harm his form or anything. But it's not about like what, like Manchester United issue. It's like Portugal যদি সে পর্তুগালের জন্য perform না করতে পারে, then it's on him, because he's not just performing like before, not because of this termination or anything. So people, I hope people don't get it wrong. অনেকে বলবো আচ্ছা এই টার্মিনেশনের কারণে তার মেন্টালি ডাউন হয়ে গেছে. No, like at the moment he isn't playing really well. So পর্তুগালের জন্য খারাপ করলে, or if he doesn't play well in for Portugal, then it's just like on him. He's not good as a player like he was before.
Yeah.
And go on.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but what about Manchester United's potential sale? Glazer family, apparently banks boleche they wanna sell Manchester United. Their share prices have shot up 17% ever since that happened, and it's a weird coincidence because both Manchester United and Liverpool are up for sale at the same time. Something is telling me that they're looking to sell because of Super League হয় না এটার একটা কারণ থাকতে পারে. It could also be that they feel that এখন যে ভ্যালুটা আসছে এর থেকে আর হায়ার যাবে না, because it's no coincidence that রোনাল্ডোর সাথে there's a mutual termination and all of a sudden the Glazers are like আমাদের স্টার প্লেয়ার চলে গেছে and we have to sell the club.
No, if that's the case,
bad news? Yeah.
No, if you're saying that like Glazer when they're trying to sell the club, I think they wouldn't have terminated Ronaldo's contract, because Ronaldo would have stayed, because Ronaldo issue chilo with the Glazers, right? I think mostly because of
Ronaldo ke oi
you say
pore
yes.
You cannot keep him at the club, man.
Yeah, you cannot keep him at
interview. How can you keep him at the club?
No,
the fans
I'm
are
saying
gonna hate on him.
He hate on him, but what I'm trying to say is that he pointed out Glazers mainly, right?
He pointed out everyone. He pointed out Glazers. Yes. He pointed out Rooney. Yeah. He pointed out Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag was never going to play him after he says that about.
I'm not defending him, but I'm saying that like interview like main hoito just idegei je she like boltesilo that Glazers are not built for handling Manchester United. Like ওই context দিয়ে আর কি বলতেছি. So if they are selling Manchester United, then I think Ronaldo would have known that maybe somehow and he would have stayed. Like okay, owner change হইতেছে, maybe something would change. Maybe I don't know.
I don't think so because
I don't know.
যতই চেঞ্জ হোক না কেন টিম ও কিন্তু এমনও বলছে যে there were people inside the team that wanted him out. So personally, if you ask me, this is a deep rooted issue and he is a problem. মানে মানুষ যত
overall yes, he is a problem. I mean parting ways is the best decision they have made from both of the parties, and so even the fans are happy.
Parties.
Yeah, the fans are happy, pundits are happy, Gary Neville especially is happy. Therefore, and yeah, he made that interview really to shy away from them, everyone, and like to cover his bad form of games and blame it on Erik ten Hag for not playing him, etc. And yeah, he just found a way out, and I don't know what his next destination is really. It might be Sporting Club, it might be MLS. It's up to him.
I think MLS Middle East they can afford his salary. I'm not sure,
but he rejected a Middle East club very recently. He told in the interview, so I don't know he would go back to Middle East then. I don't think that's his plan.
In the interview he said that Man City wanted him and then Man City pore they blatantly denied wanting him. So
Pep Guardiola came out and he said no.
Yeah,
it was like no.
Speaking of Pep Guardiola, he's signing a new contract, 2-year extension. I know we're drifting away from the World Cup. Today's been a very news-heavy day. Guardiola is extending his contract, and Manchester United are up for sale. Cristiano Ronaldo's gone from Man United. If you ask me about the whole situation, I personally feel that Ronaldo, you could see that he's not the player that he was once before, and he can't do this week in, week out, and it's the Premier League. And he just got frustrated with himself. But Ronaldo, again, when he got frustrated or when he had everyone against him, ও আগে perform করতে পারতো, that used to drive him. and it's simply like he's at an age and at a point in his career where he simply can't do that আগে যেটা করতে পারতো so ওই দিক থেকে it's a little sad to see যে you know like he just couldn't weasel his way out or you know do something special this time. So you really don't know what the future is. He even said that he'll retire after the World Cup, and you know Portugal
if he wins the World Cup, if he wins the World Cup,
Portugal have a good chance.
He might. But
what? It's a talented team. Portuguese team
it's a talented
super
team,
talented.
but
No
like if
weakness,
you're playing, if you're playing him, then then he's the weakness. Let's be honest, because the team will try to feed him, and if they try to do that, then they'll lose out all the attacking outlets, and that's the thing. Yes, they don't have any weakness. They can be dynamic, but if Ronaldo plays, he would want he wants balls to be fed to him, and he wants all the glory to himself, right? That's the reason why he left Manchester United, right? And without him, Manchester United are performing better. That's like on paper, on pitch, wherever you say, they're performing better. So same goes for Portugal as well.
So here's another breaking news. সেটা হচ্ছে যে ইংল্যান্ডের Harry Kane, he's gonna have a scan on his ankle. It's apparently swollen, and he went off in the 75th minute after the first match, right? And England have looked the most impressive team. মানে যতগুলো team খেলছে in this World Cup, they've looked the most. I mean, come on, Bukayo Saka. But
No more Saka
at the end,
please.
and at the end of the day, Harry Kane is going to be a big miss. ও যদি না খেলতে পারে, because ওর যে কাজটা করতে পারে, they would have desperately wanted Ivan Toney if Kane gets injured.
Yes.
And if Kane is injured, I really hope Ivan Toney is the first person they call up. I know he's getting investigated and all of that, yada yada yada. He's got a few days to respond to it.
Right.
Right. So if not Toney, then Tammy at least. But they need a guy who can do the stuff that Kane does. And Tammy is not a like-for-like replacement. The closest was Ivan Toney. So, Englander jonno, I'm not an England fan, but I'm just saying, they've got options. So, why not? Ronaldo niye ami just arekta add korte chai je I really think that he needs to have a long and hard look about what he wants to do with his career. I mean, a World Cup haruk or jituk, he might even retire at the end of the day, because kono top club nibe na. At this moment, kono top club nibe na.
After this interview, like it's guaranteed no top club wants him, because Begbejare is very arrogant, and on his side he's very influential. So the clubs right now have a clearer picture of him. Like with the interview of with Piers Morgan, like if anything goes wrong, he might even come out against them. So I think no probably who would want to go for him. But I think right now he has to focus in World Cup, of course, and I think he should give his best in the World Cup, and hope best of luck, really.
I'm gonna show you guys something. ঠিক আছে, and this is a little exclusive. হয়তো আমরা ভাষা বুঝতে পারবো না, but তারপরে I just wanna give you guys a look into মানে তোমরা আজকে যে কোচটার এগেইনস্ট আসছিলা, so you can see like, so এখানে this is the guy, and all the players they listen to him, and he's got like a translator. দুইটার একটা ভাষা আমি বুঝি না, but what I loved about it, this is how committed the team is, how together he makes the team, and that's the most important thing as a coach.
This is without goal. After with ball is your talent will make the difference. Keep calm and quick goal. We still have 45 minutes, so keep calm.
He's trying to say to keep calm.
Yeah, we still have 45 minutes.
Go. Come on.
And that's why That's why they won the match. Look at that
Also
coach,
because
man.
Argentina didn't
He's
perform to
fire.
the level.
Yeah, but he's fire, man. This is
No, it's
great.
fine. That's fine.
I think we've covered a lot of stuff. আজকে আরো কিছু নিউজ ছিল, like whenever going through Twitter you can see Jude Bellingham, তারপরে Declan Rice, এদের কন্ট্রাক্টস নিয়ে অনেক কথাবার্তা চলতেছে. There's an official, oh my god, there's an official statement from Manchester United. So
Show it up.
yeah, so just this is like 28 minutes ago. So club statement on a process to explore strategic options for Manchester United. You know what that means. You know what that means. That means Piers Morgan is saying Ronaldo interview has forced the Glazers to sell up. Incredible. Look at how he's trying to take credit for everything.
Nice.
This guy, my god. So I hope everyone can see this. No, I'm not gonna subscribe to Manchester United. So Manchester United, one of the most successful, and you can see এখানে যে they're planning to sell because NYSC Man U এগুলো হচ্ছে ওদের মানে ট্রেডের যেসব the initials that they have. So one of the most successful and historic sports clubs in the world announces today that the company's board of directors is commencing a process to explore strategic alternatives for the club. The process is designed to enhance the club's future growth, with the ultimate goal of positioning the club to capitalize on opportunities both on the pitch and commercially. As part of this process, the board will consider all strategic alternatives, including new investment into the club, a sale, or other transactions involving the company. This will include an assessment of several initiatives to strengthen the club, including stadium and infrastructure redevelopment. That's actually very needed কারণ ওদের স্টেডিয়ামটা কিন্তু ভেঙে চুরে যাচ্ছে, and expansion of the club's commercial operations on a global scale, each in the context of enhancing the long-term success of the club's men's, women's, and academy teams and bringing benefits to fans and other stakeholders. They are looking to sell, but it's very much like the Liverpool sale where they're looking at options. Maybe একটা part sell করবে and probably not the whole thing. Okay, executive co-chairman and directors Avram Glazer and Joel Glazer said the strength of Man United rests on the passion and loyalty of a global community of 1.1. Wow, they have 1.1 billion fans and followers. So blah 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 blah. So we will evaluate all options to ensure that we best serve our fans and that Manchester United maximizes the significant growth opportunities available to the club today and in the future. Throughout this process, we will remain fully focused on serving the best interests of our fans, shareholders, and various stakeholders. So the Rain Group is acting as the company's exclusive financial advisor. Latham and Watkins LLP is a legal counsel to the company. So Rothschild & Co. is acting as an exclusive financial advisor to the Glazer family shareholder. So they got everything in place. There can be no assurance that the review being undertaken will result in any transaction involving the company. So there's no guarantee of a sale. Manchester United does not intend to make further announcements regarding the review unless and until the board has approved a specific transaction or other course of action requiring a formal announcement. So basically, long story short, ওরা অনেক পেঁচায় ঘুরায় পেঁচায় লিখছে with lots of big words, but what they're looking at is they're looking at potential buyers. They're looking at potential buyers of their club's shares. They're looking at potential ways to make sure that ওদের যে এই ইনভেস্টমেন্টটা গ্লেজার্সরা যে করছে এটা it pays them off even more and it makes them even richer because they are leeches. Man, Glazers are leeches. They've been leeching off of Man United ever since they came in. So now they're gonna make more money off of it. But that's good news for the Man United fans that they're actually looking to sell the club in any way, shape or form. এখন কে আসে ক্লাবটা মানে fully buy out করতে or partially buy out করতে, who knows? But this is again, it's back to my point earlier that Liverpool and Man United both are looking to sell the club, their clubs, respective clubs, and either Super League হতে পারে or they just feel that at this moment in time ওদের যে ক্লাব ভ্যালুটা আছে এটার পর থেকে ভ্যালু নামতে পারে. So better sell because এরপরে যারাই আসবেন এখানে it's going to be a long rebuilding process.
Do you think,
It's going to be
can I ask a
exciting
question?
times.
Just one question. Do you think
Yeah.
the potential buyers could be like from the Middle East?
Absolutely, why not? Because they've got money, Middle East, and they will be looking at these names.
I mean,
and
do
they
you
will be
understand how huge is this? Like first Man City, then Newcastle, and then now, if a potential buyer is Middle East from person, then it's going to be
absolutely.
all Middle East, and it's going to be really like it'll be really hard to compete. Other leagues will be finding hard to compete.
It's already hard to compete with the
League.
Premier League. তোমার প্রিমিয়ার লিগে মানে 20th যে টিমটা আসে মানে the relegation থেকে যারা
Yes,
আসে
they get an amount of
second
like
division.
maybe 100 million, right?
50
Or maybe more.
100 to 150, yeah. So ওখানেই তো how do you compete কারণ 150 আমি ধরে নিচ্ছি যে ওরা চ্যাম্পিয়নশিপ জিতে I think 50 million পাচ্ছেন দেন প্রিমিয়ার লিগে এসে আরো 100 million, so it's a lot of money, and
And with
it's already
potential
hard
Middle
for
Eastern buyers right now, it's going to be more tougher now.
and
tougher
also you look at something like a Newcastle যে ওরা কিন্তু ওদের টেক ওভার হওয়ার পরে ওরা কিন্তু এমন না যে they went all out and spent like 100 million on players, like they've made very very astute signings এখন পর্যন্ত. They haven't made a single bad buy ever since the owners took over, so they're taking it slow. FFP rules ও follow করে, they've got a lot of leeway with FFP by the way, because ownership change হলে FFP basically allows you to spend more if your owners are richer as well. ওরকম একটা ব্যাপার আছে, because if your owners are richer তুমি commercially তুমি আরো বেশি revenue নিয়ে আসতে পারবা if you show that you're bringing more into the club. যেভাবে করে ম্যান সিটি আসলে চোরামি করছে, because ওরা দেখাইছে যে ওদের ওনাররা এই স্পন্সরশিপ পাচ্ছেন, ওই স্পন্সরশিপটা দেখা গেছে যে ওদের মালিকের পক্ষ থেকেই আসছে, সো বেসিক্যালি দে ওয়ার ইনজেক্টিং ক্যাশ দেমসেলস এন্ড দে ওয়ার কলিং ইট স্পন্সরশিপ. সো ওইখান থেকে আর কি এফএফপি নিয়ে ঝামেলা হয়েছিল, মাঝখানে তো চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ থেকে বাদই দিয়ে দিতে চাইছিল, বাট UEFA so corrupt, they probably took some bribe and then okay fine play. They're worse than FIFA. People think that FIFA is bad. FIFA থেকে UEFA and these big clubs are way worse, so it's not even a comparison. But anyways, আজকে আমরা কিন্তু 1 ঘন্টাই টানছি, but I think it was such a heavy news day. It was like কোনো উপায় ছিল না. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
There's nothing more to add. Like I hope I'm going to talk about my team, just add a little bit of my team here. I just hope everything goes well for them. Best of luck, Argentina. And that's it. And yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow's match as well.
Are you gonna
especially
have like a mini heart attack if or are you gonna contemplate bad shit crazy stuff if Argentina don't win the World Cup this time?
I started supporting Argentina way back, right? And I've seen way worse, so not gonna happen. I'm pretty
what do you
okay.
mean way back, like 10 years ago?
Yeah, probably. I started supporting from 2010, and that wasn't like really an actual support, because my father was supporting, and so I was just a natural born supporter. And then 2014 was actually when I cried when I saw them losing the finals, and then 2016 Copa America, and then 2018. So I think
you cried more and more.
No, later on, I just accepted the fact that
the tears dried up.
Yeah, so like no, Argentina is not going to do anything out of the ordinary.
Trophy কোনদিন জিতবেন, and then Copa America happened.
Copa America,
and then you cried tears of happiness, I guess.
No, I was like not that, but I was like finally I was able to enjoy. I took it slow because my dream was still like I wish I could see them live the World Cup. So Copa America jitar por, I was like okay fine, that's good. And then even after winning the finalissima, I was like okay, that's not bad. It's good for the World Cup, upcoming World Cup. এখন এটা হলো, so losing against Saudi Arabia, who would have expected that biggest upset by in World Cup at the moment. There could be many others upsets as well, but who knows? Hopefully Brazil upsets. That would really.
What is this toxicity? What is this toxicity at the end of the stream?
That would calm me down. That's for the Brazil viewers. Because toxicity তারাই ছড়াইছে আজকে
তারাই ছড়াইছে as if অন্যরা ছড়ায় না, please.
Come on.
This is bullshit. At the end, last day she's like, I'm gonna spread toxicity and then I'm
No,
gonna
because I
blame
didn't talk
it on
about Brazil, so I thought like একটু ব্রাজিলকে add করে যায়, right?
I support Brazil, but I've done nothing of such so far. Apart from Emi Martinez নিয়ে মজা নেয়া and Romero নিয়ে মজা নেয়া is absolutely jais for me because of what they've done.
Wait, Emi Martinez didn't do anything to Arsenal. Arsenal wasn't playing him.
Please. You want me to open that can of worms?
Okay, not now. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And Romero is just because he's from Tottenham, right?
And plus he's not as good as people make him out to be. He's very overrated.
এখন right now আজকে যে খারাপ perform করছে is going to be jumped on, but that's not true. He was not match fit. When he's match fit, he's good.
He's not been match fit for like I don't know for how long. Anyways, I haven't seen him play a good match in a Tottenham shirt in a long time. So.
I don't know because I actually watched the Copa America, so I was sensitive.
He was decent. Yeah, Copa America he was decent. I mean, Argentina ওই টিমটা নিয়ে you didn't have much expectations and then you started saying, oh, Emi Martinez খুব ভালো কিপিং করতেছে. Rodrigo de Paul is the complete midfielder. Finally, Argentina's midfield problems are solved it seems, and then the defense they have one good defender.
Why would expect করবো না কেন? Because they were like really they even defeated Brazil. So
I mean,
just saying.
The way you guys shithoused your way to a 1-0 win, you defended after scoring that one goal. Like, আর কিছু না নেইমারকে যেমনে পারো ধরে মারো. Strategy. That was it. That's Argentina.
But it worked out, right? I mean, we were like defensively sharp and stuff like that. So. একটা hope ছিল, right? The team is united.
But the funny thing is, Saudi Arabia shithouse করা লাগে না to beat you guys. They actually played and outplayed you.
Come on, they did shithousery. Come on, don't say that. I mean, the game that I saw the match, and you saw the goals, fine. But there are lots of foul from their side. And I thought that at point একজন
they out shithoused Argentina, huh?
Yeah, that was very disappointing for me. I said আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে no, Argentina আজকে দেখাই দিবে like their physicality side and then the shithousery. But no, একটু ধরলে দেখি পইরা যায়, and that was very disappointing. That was not Argentina really. And এই কারণে বলছি এই ডিফিটটা actually partially বলতে গেলে almost 60% Argentina's fault এখানে, because they didn't really show that attitude that they had during Copa America. Very disappointing.
It's a lot of pressure on them. They have to win every single game from here on, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, they have to.
So that's 2 group stage games, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. So that's 6 games in a row they gotta win to win the World Cup. Damn.
I mean, if they have to go to the knockout stage, then they have to prove it in the group stage, with defeating Mexico, Poland, and also by a huge margin. That is my expectation, and the bullet points that I want them to do. And in that, যদি এটা করে, and then I can have a hope for them, like they will go far as semi-finals. Otherwise, I think maybe a quarterfinals, semi-final.
Shubhanindo, for instance, last day she's adding that emotion বেশি দেখালেই সমস্যা. ব্রাজিল টিম টিম ফোটাতে নেইমারের ফটোতে টিম ফটোতে আমি এই জন্য ফাটাতে আমি চিন্তা করতেছি হোয়াট ফাটাতে ফটো ইজ ইংলিশ ওয়ার্ড নেইমারের ছবি টাঙায় 7টা খাইছিল yes
yeah he's not wrong. I mean বেশি ইমোশন আসলে দেখানো যায় না, and the problem is আমাদের সাপোর্টার গুলা একটু বেশি aggressive after that Copa America, and it was always going to
needed a humbling. You needed a humbling.
I think it's a blessing in disguise. যদি positive side to দেখি, I'm not going to see the negative side, because you're an Arsenal fan, right? You saw the positive sides of Arteta's failure.
Hey, wait, that's completely different.
No, I mean just bold as not like Arteta is that bad or anything like that. I'm bold to say his process and everything. You believed in him, right? So I think আমাদের এখন option হচ্ছে to believe in Scaloni. There is no other option for us.
Yeah, but you need to see the process to believe in it.
Yes, we had the process, right? And problem with this
we'll talk about that process. ঠিক আছে, কালকে আমরা Scaloni tactics নিয়ে, you do your research, you show me why Scaloni is the man, why he's the man with the plan, and then you go full
বেশি dissect করার কিছু নাই. There is nothing to dissect really. I mean, he took on this team at a very very at a very bad stage, of our period, and
বাট
it
অনেক
is 2019.
ট্যালেন্ট আসতেছে আর্জেন্টিনার থেকে, অনেক ট্যালেন্ট আসতেছে, ইউ হ্যাভ টু সে দ্যাট। সব
I think we just lack the
পজিশনেই ট্যালেন্ট আসতেছে।
No, I think the thing we lack, right? I mean, এটা কিন্তু আগে থেকে ওরকম, like we lack wingers. খেয়াল করে দেখেন, and wingers একটা অভাব থাকে আমাদের সবসময়, like left winger and right winger.
না তোমাদের
Di
গোপন
Maria-
অস্ত্র ছিল না পাভন।
Oh my god, don't even talk about it. ওকে যে নিয়ে কি হাইপ হয়েছিল, আমি বলি ভাই এত অ্যাভারেজ একটা প্লেয়ার নিয়ে এত হাইপ কি?
Yeah, that's how I feel about Romero as well. Anyways, we'll talk about all of this more. So now you just want to continue. We crossed the hour mark. It's hour and 5 minutes.
So you have to, point fingers at Romero.
Yeah, but anyways, man, nice talking to you. Kalke will again come back after the day's games, and we'll hopefully have some really good stuff to talk about. আজকে যেমন was very news heavy, so মানে কোনো অপশন ছিল না আজকে, যার কারণে অন্য কাউকে ডাকিও নাই, বিকজ আমরা নিজেরাই কথা বলে কুল পাচ্ছি না, এক ঘন্টা পার হয়ে গেছেন, it's so much just happened. So anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, goodbye, good night.
রেফারি বাঁশি দিলেন, খেলা হবে শুরু। নিজের টিম খেললে মাঠে বুকটা দুরু, বল নিয়ে জিয়ের ভিতরে পায়ের কারুকাজ, ডিফেন্ডার দিয়ে দিল পায়ের ভেতরে ভাঁজ। রেফারি বাঁশি দিল, পেনাল্টিতে গোল। এই নিয়ে প্যানেলে চলছে হট্টগোল, হট্টগোল, হট্টগোল।